decided to do the book because for a couple of reasons. Cheryl's an amazing photographer, and she has this amazing, never seen before collection. And for me, personally, I wanted to get involved because I'm not a part of hip hop directly. I'm not a rapper, obviously, or anything like that. But I've been in the business and been around the business, so to kind of see what these guys have done and how they've taken, you know, rap past, you know, music. It's become a phenomenon, it's a culture, it's a, you know, so it's just, for me, I wanted to present something beautiful and package it, and almost like an ode to them, to what they've done.
Imagine a story that never saw the light. A personal account lost to time, full of secrets, struggles, and redemption. Kim Porter, the iconic model and actress, left behind more than just memories. She left a manuscript filled with her innermost thoughts, but it vanished with her untimely passing. What hidden truths might it have held? And why did it disappear just as her story reached its most intriguing chapters?
Kim Porter was found this morning in bed, unresponsive, in the upstairs bedroom of this Toluca Lake home. They say a doctor spoke with them who said she had been feeling ill for the last week.
When Kim Porter tragically passed away in 2018, the world mourned the loss of a woman whose life was far more complex than what paparazzi photos and media coverage revealed.
No one's ruling out anything at this point. The cause of death is just undetermined because we don't know the cause of death. There's no obvious signs of death upon examining the decedent.
Was P. Diddy home at the time of her death, or just here when you got here?
I can't comment on that.
What about the children? They were here. We've seen them coming in and out of the house. They were at home as well?
I don't believe the children were home at the time.
Known widely for her long-standing relationship with Sean Diddy Combs and her role as a devoted mother, Porter's life was marked by highs and lows, trials and triumphs that few knew about.
It was the same thing Kim was going through. I didn't know her, but I knew somebody like her, and that was Kim Porter.
In her later years, she'd begun working on a memoir, a deeply personal account of her life, her dreams, and her untold struggles. However, as mysterious as Kim Porter's life was, the story of her lost book is perhaps even more mystifying. This vanished manuscript is rumored to contain the raw, unfiltered version of her life, and to this day, questions linger. What happened to the book, and what might it have revealed about Kim's complex world? But guess what? We have the book, so join us as we delve into the chapters together as I narrate it to you. All right, so let's take it back to where it all began. Kim was born in Georgia, the Peach State, to two incredible parents, Jake and Sarah Porter. Now, if you knew Kim back then, you'd know that even in high school, she was destined for something bigger. Kim remembered when her friend Tina said to her, "You won't make it here in Georgia." And honestly, she was right. That one conversation flipped a switch in Kim, and she had to leave if she really wanted to make it. While searching for greener pasture, she met Al while working in the industry, and let me tell you, he was so charming.
Introduced us. He actually came up to me and he was like, "Kim, do you want to meet Al B. Sure?" And I'm like, yeah. He was nice. He was very genuine and sweet and compassionate, and those are the things that I fell in love with, outside of his good looks.
She was also, very independent and kind of doing her own thing. Modeling, and she was in and out of Italy, and so I would fly over to Italy and support her.
They got married super fast, and before she knew it, Quincy was on the way. But we were both young, and it just wasn't meant to last. Luckily, we've stayed super close over the years. Al's an amazing dad, and I'll always have love for him.
What's up, y'all? It's your friendly international superstar, Queen Princess Maker, Diddy. And I'm back. I know it's been a long time. Been shooting a movie, but I came back for a special occasion. Today, God is the greatest. He blessed me. And my girlfriend Kim in the world with 2 beautiful baby girls.
Now enter Sean, the wolf in a sheep body. At first, he was just another guy at the label. Cool, but nothing serious. But then, he started working his charm, and before I knew it, we were dating. If you haven't seen the video Diddy, the Unsolved Mystery of Kim Porter's Death yet, make sure to head over to our channel or check out the link in the description to watch it now. You don't want to miss out on the full story. Kim, a young single mom at Uptown, one of the hottest companies, and HWT boyfriend's career was blowing up. It felt like a dream. And honestly, it just kept getting better. However, back in the day, Sean was always hanging out with Clive. Yeah, the Clive we all know. At first, I thought nothing of it. I mean, he was Sean's boss, and they were both doing these massive things in the industry, bigger than most people could ever dream. But then, something happened that totally changed everything. I'll be real with you guys, I was open-minded, you know? I liked trying new things, having fun with my partner. But one night, Sean suggested something that really caught me off guard. He wanted me to use a certain, let's say, toy on him. I was like, wait, what? I mean, he kept saying he just wanted to experiment, that it was only going to be this one time. Kim was 20 at the time, young, still figuring things out, so she thought, all right, whatever, I'll give it a shot. But guys, it was awful. I instantly regretted it, and to be real, things got pretty messy. After that, I just needed space. I stopped answering his calls, trying to move on. But then, a few weeks later, we bumped into each other at an event. Sean came over, all friendly, complimented Kim with, "You look amazing." I just said, "Thanks, Sean," and tried to get out of there. But he grabbed my arm and looked me dead in the eyes, saying, "Look, I know what happened was weird, but I really care about you. I think I'm falling in love with you." I was shocked. I mean, love? That was fast. And let me tell you, she didn't realize at the time. But this was the start of a manipulative cycle. Kim was so young, so naive. Looking back, she wished she had seen it for what it was. So, after everything that happened, Sean was still trying to win Kim back. He convinced her to have dinner, and a few days later, they were out at this swanky lounge in Lower Manhattan. He was pulling out all the stops, being the perfect gentleman, saying, "Look, I hated it, and I never want to do that again. Give me another chance." I figured, all right, maybe we can move on. So over coffee the next morning, Kim decided to give him another shot. And honestly, things were going great. Sean was coming up fast. Bad Boy Records was taking off. He was signing big names, and it felt like Kim was finally living her dream. But then, Sean asked her to do that again. I couldn't believe it. He said he couldn't stop thinking about that night and begged her to do it one more time. She snapped and said, "Why don't you go to Clive? Isn't he the one screwing you?" Sean slapped, and before she could react, he started apologizing, begging her to forgive him. She was furious and ran out. Kim thought she was done with him. But then came the flowers, the gifts, the endless apologies. We bumped into each other at another event, and of course, he went straight into apologizing, saying he loved me and Quincy like his own son. He looked so genuine, so sweet. And despite everything, part of me missed him. As he started to walk away, I heard myself say, "Call me later." Sean started showing up at Kim's place with flowers, asking to see Quincy. And let me tell you, he's great with Quincy. Like, my son ran up to him all excited, and they had this sweet moment. Sean calls him Tiger, and even does this little love tap, sending him off to bed. Watching them, I had this wave of nostalgia. Like, this was the man I fell for. But then reality hits. This is also the same guy who slapped me and has some, let's just say, unusual requests. So why am I still here? Sean looks over at Kim and said, "Let's go have some fun. Babysitter's on the way." And before I knew it, I agreed. We're sitting on the couch, laughing, actually having a good time, when the doorbell rings. Babysitter's here, we head outside, and a huge guy in a suit gets out of a limo to open the door for us. And I mean, he's got a gun tucked right there, not even trying to hide it. I'm thinking, did Sean want me to see that? But this guy, Gene, turns out to be polite, respectful, even gives me a "good evening, ma'am." Little did I know, I'd be seeing a lot more of Gene after that night.
Her book
Because there's always been a rumor, she got because she was exposing a lot of stuff in her book.
It was alleged that she did have a book and she was talking about everything that she went through in the music business and with Diddy.
A year goes by and things seem relatively calm. No big fights, though Kim starts noticing Sean's strange interest in voodoo. He's out here putting curses on people. But that's not all. Kim's got marriage on her mind, and while she's waiting for Sean to commit, his career is absolutely taking off. Biggie's dropped, his label is blowing up, and things are busier than ever. There comes in Mary J. Blige. Sean signs her, and as Kim soon finds out, he's also sleeping with her. Now, as explosive as that revelation was, Kim eventually takes him back. And then, Sean ups the ante, asking Kim for a threesome with Mary. At first, she's furious, but it turns out, well, let's just say it doesn't go how you'd expect. She agrees, and for the first time, she finds herself enjoying this new, adventurous side of their relationship. Over the years, Sean and Kim continue to bring other people into the bedroom every now and then. But one night, things take a turn from exciting to bizarre. Kim comes home to find her ex, Al B. Sure, who's also the father of her child, Quincy, sitting at her dinner table with Sean. Everything's friendly at first until Sean drops a comment suggesting they take their sharing to another level. Kim's taken aback, but Al's surprisingly intrigued. It's like this moment where everything is on the table, and just when things are getting really intense, something happens that makes Kim bolt out of the room. Sean calls after her, but she's done for the night. And just when you think it couldn't get any crazier, Kim later finds out that Sean kept a vault, a record of all his encounters. Not just with women, but with men too. Yeah, there's more to this story, and from what we know, this discovery is just the tip of the iceberg. So if you thought this was a wild ride, you're gonna want to stick around for the next part. We're only scratching the surface here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and stay tuned because trust me, things are about to get even more intense.